Hey everyone, and welcome to the PAD Leg Saver Hotline podcast. It's to raise awareness for PAD and our Leg Saver Hotline at 1-833-PAD Legs. My co-host is Douglas. He's our PAD task force. He's our chief of our entire PAD Warrior task force. Um, Welcome, Douglas. We had a call today actually on the Leg Saver hotline that was notable, which I thought you'd find interesting. It was someone that was watching our Collateral Nation this morning, and our amazing producer, Joshua, was bringing his communications from YouTube into our conversation, and he was able to help us keep the conversation going with this wonderful gentleman. And he ended up calling our hotline afterwards. And it turns out that he was having some pretty severe symptoms. And he was open to getting a second opinion. His doctor's basically saying that there really isn't much more they can do. He was losing hope, trying to be positive, watching our podcast to learn the techniques, walking his medicine, some of the isolated exercises that he could do when he was sitting or laying down to improve his circulation, because he just didn't know what to do. So we were able to facilitate getting him a second opinion with a different doctor nearby. And so that's really what we're all about. And it was just kind of cool. And then I got another call from someone on the hotline that was notable on walking, because as you know, walking's the best medicine. And it was so encouraging
It
because she was
is.
inspired to walk because of all of us. And she already is up to 30 minutes and then 60 minutes. And now she wants to take on inclines. And I thought that was such good news. So she wanted to
We
share.
have
So that was kind of cool.
we
Good news for today.
we we have some great shows going on right now, and being aware that this is September is PAD Awareness Month.
Yep.
So we've had some great shows. We got some great shows coming up. We got some great doctors talking about all kinds of things that we deal with daily concerning PAD, and it's that uh, Paul, I can't remember the lady's name, that politician from yesterday. That's amazing
Oh, that
that
was the
what
coolest.
she did, and to be
Representative
able,
Kim
yes,
Schofield. She made a proclamation for the state of Georgia, from the House of Representatives in the state of Georgia, that for PAD Awareness Month in partnership with the Global PAD Association. So that was incredibly exciting. I was just getting ready to edit that, and hopefully for those who missed the live broadcast, hopefully we'll get that up tomorrow. But the kind things that she was saying, and that this is just the first step, she said. We have more to come. She wants to do more to bring required early testing for all of those who have high risk factors, such as high blood pressure or high cholesterol or diabetes or having smoked, or genetics that may be
and
associated with PAD.
I like
Yeah.
the idea that she also bringing up the aspect of the African American community and the Hispanic community that doesn't present itself out there because of the different aspects that we all have, that we've all grown up with, the different philosophies and ideas about doctors and trusting doctors and believing doctors. So I like that idea that she also is bringing that awareness to what we need to, because we've heard doctors talk about that a lot.
Well, just recognizing that there are disparities in healthcare. There are vulnerable communities that truly do legitimately fear going to the doctor, based on experiences that they've had or their ancestors have had. And we need to work really hard to bring the right healthcare to these patients and help restore their faith and trust in the healthcare system so they can get diagnosed and treated sooner, when lifestyle modifications are the only thing that you need, and maybe some medicine to
And think
prevent
about
amputation.
smaller communities where the smaller communities where the doctors don't know some of the new technology out there that is they are able to use now to help us save life and limbs.
Mm-hmm.
And
And I
so,
think it's important that the people. we talked about this actually. Maybe Joshua can jog my memory. There was someone that talked about this, educating that they were putting out some awareness campaign. Oh, you know what? That was the NHS that was saying that they were putting out a campaign, which I thought was interesting, in the United Kingdom, an awareness campaign to primary care doctors and podiatrists and such, on PAD and letting them know the trials that are out there for PAD. And I thought that that was pretty
And
awesome and a great initiative. And I'd like to see something like that done by the Society for Vascular Surgery, especially here in the United States. I think could be very successful in doing an incredibly vast or widespread campaign to spread awareness to primary care physicians across the US on PAD, maybe provide some collateral, some educational assets and things like that for every single primary care office so that they know how to diagnose it, they know what to look for, they know the most likely misdiagnosis, such as diabetic neuropathy or back pain or arthritis or something like that. I think that that would be pretty incredible. I don't know if that's possible here in the US as it is in the NHS. They have one major system there, but that would be a kind of a
I
cool
think
idea
it,
to get the word out.
I think it is possible because think about where you started when you started this process. Just say 5 years ago. Let's just say 5 years ago to where we are today. Would we have imagined that there was a senator in Georgia who was going to create what she has created there? Think about 5 years ago, would we have thought about that today? So the advancement, the education that is actually being put
Yeah.
out there now is a big difference. And I think it's
I
just going to get more. I think it's going to get
Yeah.
more and more. And if we get 28 states with proclamations, think about the change that's going to make with the education out there about PAD, where we're not the redheaded stepchild of the disease.
Yep, that's true. Yeah. I hear Marina in the background. Was that you or was that Imelda that's in our live studio audience that I heard giggling a little bit on that?
That was Imelda.
It was Imelda.
I thought
But it's true.
Redheaded Stepchild was pretty amusing.
But it's true. I mean,
Yeah.
when we've heard plenty of times, I've heard the last 5 years, when you say heart disease, everybody can just pop it out like that, can't they?
Yep.
When you say PAD, how many people look at that or go, huh? Never heard of it. What is that? And so that education that's out there now, are getting out there, it's just going to get more and it's going to get bigger. And before you know it, maybe,
Yeah,
hopefully
that's
one
what I
day,
love. I love the American Heart Association that they have started the PAD collaborative and combined all kinds of organizations, including ours, to help, spread awareness, for PAD. But I do think it is going to take the American Heart Association and also the American Diabetes Association to really start the the big push. I think they have the greatest opportunity to have an impact because it's their audience. It's the heart patients that are already 3 in 5 heart attack sufferers have PAD. I mean, that's huge. Um, the American Diabetes Association, that one of the biggest risk factors being diabetes, getting the word out to the people that follow them, that know that they have heart disease, know they have diabetes. That's a really great start to say, hey, let's just blanket all of our audience, every email that we have, every social media platform that we have, and let's say, hey, you guys are following us for a reason. If you have heart disease or you have diabetes, or there's a family history, maybe that's why you're there, you need to get checked. 2 fingers, 2 seconds that your doctor can feel those foot pulses, that could save not only your legs but also your life.
that's where, yeah, because just, I mean, we're now beginning to make that connection between, because I can imagine years ago you're diagnosed with PAD. Maybe they never thought about CAD also until they learned and they started to put the two together. People with PAD tend to have CAD sometimes, and
Yeah.
the two, and it's like you're saying with the diabetes. How many people with diabetes don't think about PAD or the connection that they might have together? So that's more of that education and the growth out there that in 10 years from now, I think we will be able to address this. We're going to have commercials. We're going to have people talking about it. We're going to have society being able to recognize PAD with where we are and what we're educating. And I think it is the grassroots. It's us.
Yeah, but
It's
let
the,
me add this, but
I bet.
with somebody with hi Kim, with somebody with type 1 diabetes, you would never assume that somebody with type 1 diabetes would end up with PAD, because type 1 diabetes is somebody that is either born with it or they develop it in their very young years. So type
and that's
1,
what I'm saying. Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. And
But you
we're
would
now,
think that, and I think I wanted Beth to finish her thought, because if, and you wouldn't think that, is it because when you're a type 1 diabetic, you assume that it's controlled through insulin and you're closely monitored. And so you don't think that you have these little extra sugar molecules floating around wreaking havoc on your arteries. You think that as long as you're going to the endocrinologist, you're on your insulin, that you're
But
okay, right?
it's not that easy, because being type 1 diabetic it's tough.
Yeah.
It's hard, because I mean, I've got diabetic retinopathy, I've got a higher chance for kidney failure, I've got higher chance of losing my eyesight, I've got higher chance of losing, a foot because of diabetes, I've got higher chances of losing, I mean, all kinds of stuff due to being a type 1 diabetic. Not just from having PAD, but from type 1. So, type 1 and my pancreas doesn't make any insulin, like a type 2 diabetics does. So, I mean, type 1 is a lot worse. I have a lot more complications than the type 2 diabetic does. So now here come along PAD. So here's another complication that I have to deal with, that, people don't, for me being a type 1, who's going to think, oh, she's type 1 diabetic. We're not even going to consider the fact that, there's a possibility that she
Yeah.
could end up with PAD, like a type 2 diabetic would, like they would with the type 2. See what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's just one thing after another that, how do you know where you're going to look? And I know that we have Dawn here. Hi, Dawn. And Dawn is also, she's had that situation where it's just like one
Oh,
thing
God.
after another, after another, after another. It never seems to end. And when we think about PAD, I think it's important. Imelda just talked about her, what is it, Imelda, that you have? Vascular
Parkinson's.
Parkinsonism.
Yeah.
And so how do you handle all of these different things that are just coming at you? It seems like you just get a handle on things and then suddenly boop, something else.
My neurologist said he doesn't even have something for me.
And especially if they don't have any solutions like that, that must lead to a lot of anxiety.
True. But you know what? I found something that works for me. Believe it or not, hot milk with ghee and honey.
Oh, interesting that our nurse practitioner today on Ask NP Deidre talked about ghee and the benefits of ghee in reducing inflammation. I thought that was very
Really?
interesting. So that
I
might,
didn't know about that.
there might be something to that, Imelda.
And also sitting quietly and watching a calming TV program instead of watching something that makes me jump. 2 nights ago, I saw something that really disturbed me on TV, and I haven't stopped shaking since then.
Oh no. You know, I
What was
find
that about?
who was that Don that just spoke up?
No, that was me. I was asking
Oh,
Imelda what that was.
What
yeah.
vascular Parkinsonism? My
Oh, it
neurologist
was
said,
on vascular. Was the show on vascular
oh
Parkinsonism?
no, the show was about, was that Hillerman show. It's Dark Winds on AMC.
I haven't heard of it. So I
Oh,
think the moral of the story is to watch something good afterwards. It's so funny because I always end my evening, you guys are going to laugh, but I always end my evening with an episode of Friends.
this sounds good. The more
I have
innocuous
to
the
end
better.
because I actually find some of the things they say funnier today than I did back in the 90s. I don't know what it is, but it always brings me a laugh. And I feel like, and I've also gotten into, you guys are going to laugh at this one, The Big Bang Theory. So
Oh, I
tell me,
love it.
I don't know what it is. I have to look up everything. I have my phone with me to look things up, but I think that's kind of fun. But um,
The
it's
best part of that
very
is their
quirky.
bloopers.
Oh, I
Hey, I
haven't
was
seen
supposed
their
to send
bloopers.
Thomas the invite to this, and I forgot to. Can somebody jump over and send him the address or whatever it is to get into this? Thomas
Who?
McLeish.
Oh, it's
Thomas.
Thomas. Can someone get that to our good friend Thomas? I might
He
be
has,
able to.
normally he asked me to send it, and I didn't even think about it. I just totally, because I was like getting in here, and I totally spaced it off.
I think I don't know if this particular hangout has a list of people that list of emails. I just sent it to him.
I get
Um,
it, but I didn't send it to
okay.
him. I
Yeah,
was
maybe
like
we
coming
need
in.
to have him add it. So if people want to be added to the list to join the live studio audience for the PAD Leg Saver Hotline and our weekly hangout, sometimes we go live here on YouTube and invite the entire world in to join us in the discussion. And sometimes we keep it private. So it just depends on the week and the topic of discussion. But it's really amazing that our live studio audience becomes like family. We all love, seeing each other. And if you want to see everyone else in the group, you got to email info at padhelp.org and say that you want to join the hangout. I actually have a call on the Leg Saver hotline right this second. I'm going to go grab that and I'll leave you to discuss, all of you to discuss.
So do we have anything on PAD involve her concerning, I'm probably saying this wrong, calcium buildup in the arteries and the brain? Have we ever had that discussion?
Let me think
Because
about
we
that a
can, I
sec.
know that we can get PAD in the brain.
Okay,
I
they
know it
hang
can
up.
develop.
I'm back.
I know
So we
that
can. So there is
artery
something. So
disease.
vascular dementia is a real thing. Peripheral. So, peripheral artery disease is in the peripherals. It can be in your legs, in your arms, in your brain. As we age, we have plaque that just develops, throughout our body, some places more than others. Some people are more at risk of some more than others. We know that when it does come to diabetes and sugar, that we are finding that it is happening more and more. Even with Alzheimer's, they found that a major risk factor is sugar, high sugar. So it's really important for people to get control, of the blood sugar. It's harder for a type 1 diabetic. Although we do have someone I want to connect you with, Beth, who every once in a while, I think once a month, he does a show, Diabetes and PAD, with us. He is a retired cardioperfusionist, and he's been in the PAD space in clinical sales, since then, but he also was diagnosed with type 1, first type 2, and then it progressed into evolved into type 1. And he's managed to keep his blood sugar under 6, which is absolutely phenomenal. And so you might want to talk to him about what he's done to do that.
Yeah, that'd be
So
interesting.
I'm happy to connect you.
Love to hear his story. Yeah.
He even has I sent you the book. You got his book. That was the book I sent you. It was
Okay.
this one. As I'm grabbing it and driving Josh crazy coming out of the screen. It's called Matter of the Heart.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay.
And it's a really easy, it's an easy read. And it's I got through it honestly in 20 minutes. It's only 57 pages, and it's double spaced.
Yeah.
And there are a couple of the pages just have pictures on them. And his name is Mark Brazel, MDB Live Connects with an EXT.com.
Okay, yeah.
57 pages. That is kind of a short book, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably gets direct to the point very quickly.
Yeah, if someone else wants me to drop this in the mail, I mean, it would probably be less expensive if I just got it through Amazon. But I'm happy to do that if it pertains to you and you need help bringing your A1C down. But Beth, let me know what you
I've
think.
got my A1C down, really. My A1C is like 6.3. So my A1C is good.
Well, we want it
Can
below
anybody
6.
tell me, anybody that has diabetes, can you tell me like what was some symptoms you had that led you to get it checked?
Well, I
Ooh.
was 15 when I was diagnosed, but I had had it longer. I had constant thirst. I was drinking lots and lots and lots of water nonstop, constant urination, hunger, eating all the time, rapid weight loss. But this is when I was younger. This was like 45 years ago. But those are still the signs. Yeah, weight loss, thirst, urination.
For me, it
Sugar.
was the opposite. For me,
I think
I
type
was
2
never
diabetes
thirsty.
is type 2
Yeah, but
diabetes in the early stages, I think, is a little less
Yeah, I was never
obvious.
thirsty. I gained so much weight like a fool. Very irritable. You would definitely know my sugar was high. I was almost like sick where I had to go to bed. Like, so I would
Uh,
go to sleep, which is probably the worst thing to do when your sugar's high. But that was the only way that I could stand even breathing. Yeah, I get like, you kind of get like agitated to even breathe. Like your arms feel heavy, your body feels heavy. You kind of feel sick. That's how I
Okay.
felt.
All right, I was kind of worried about my son because he's always been hypoglycemic, but they say as you age, it can reverse.
Mm.
And I was kind of questioning it with him, but he hasn't had anything like that. So maybe it's just something with him going on. I appreciate
the
it, you
key
guys. Thank you.
is to just get it checked. It's a very simple task for them to do.
He
You can
won't,
also
he
have him
does,
just pick up a
he won't go,
glucose
Kim, because he
monitor
don't
over
have
at the local
insurance.
pharmacy.
He
I'm
has no
sorry, what?
insurance, so he won't go.
You don't know
Okay.
anybody
Well, the
that has a
easiest
sugar
thing,
machine?
Do what?
you
That
can
no-
buy
no.
those glucose monitors over at what,
Oh,
CVS or
my
Walgreens.
stepmom has one because she's,
Yeah.
well, Kim, I've talked to you about her. Her sugar goes to 700 and that's normal. Oh yeah, my
That's what
stepmom can be at
it
700 and she'll be up walking around doing great.
Yeah, my
If it
husband
gets
was
below
like that.
500, that's when she starts having issues.
Wow.
Oh yeah, she's very, I do not understand it. My dad can't understand it. The doctor doesn't understand. He said at
That's
700,
insane.
she should not even be, she should be comatose.
That's
My
insane.
husband who passed away, he used to run that high. Your body gets so normal to that it can
Yeah, it gets
function like
good.
that, even though it's
I
causing
think
damage.
it took
Like,
so long for them to realize he had it that it's normal for her now and her body knows how to function with it.
that's how
Yeah.
he was. When he was younger, he was running at like 900, and they said, "Why aren't you in a coma?" It was
Yep.
because
Yeah.
he kept progressively just staying at the norm of a high blood sugar that his body could function. But that's why he passed away at 36, because it ate him away throughout the
Yeah.
years.
They diagnosed her about 5 years ago. She's 83 now, but she's got so many other health ailments going on
I
now
hate
that
to say it, she's 83. Let her keep the clanking 700 blood sugars, because 83, well, I'll be lucky if I even make it to 83. God love her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At 83, honestly, like,
Yeah,
you change it now. I mean,
I
I mean,
I worry about her and my dad so much though. The last month, it's just they've gone downhill so bad.
Oh, hang in there, Marie.
I'm
I'm
trying.
sending you a big hug.
It's
I'm
scary,
sending you
isn't
a
it?
big hug. It is
it's
scary.
not easy. It's not easy watching someone you love, you know, have a disease eat them up. It's just, it's not easy.
Yeah, and
not.
Marie, I'm
Yes.
happy to get on the phone with her if there's anything that we can do and help getting her, you know, to a doctor that maybe can help at least make her more
He's
comfortable
gone.
and manage it.
She's gone to multiples, and no matter what they put her on or anything, the latest one they put her on, she's been on it for about 2 years now, but it's taken away all her muscle.
Was
But it's
that
the only thing
like a
that,
Mounjaro or Jardiance or Ozempic or?
oh no, we were talking, I can't remember the name of it. I could swear we were talking about it. But yeah, when I talked to my dad and asked him what she was on, it was that one. Oh, I think I was talking to Alan. It was, yeah,
Mounjaro.
I think it was
yeah,
the Manjaro because I remember the conversation. Yeah.
but they said
And
that's
these-
the one she's been doing the best on, so they're leaving her with that. But yeah, I mean, like Dawn said though, with her age, I mean,
I just
These
feel
are just
like at her age, if you start changing what she's normal to, I feel like this is my opinion though, but I just
I
feel like
have the same
at that
opinion.
age, she's so used to it that I feel like, because my grandfather, I'm going to give you an example. My grandfather was a smoker since the age of 9. I think it was like 9 or something like that. And he smoked all his life. And then they told him, you have emphysema. As soon as we got him to smoke the cigarettes, he died. So I felt like his body was so used to having the cigarette that he died like a month and a half later because it didn't know how to function
Without
Functional.
it.
Yeah.
it had adjusted for so long with it. That's what I mean. At 83, I mean, you could do what you want, but see, I would let her just have the quality of life that she has, because I'll be
Well,
fortunate. I'll be fortunate myself if I ever make
they
83.
put her into a rehab because, like I said, her muscles in her legs are gone. And
Mhm.
Dad was struggling so bad to pick her up on his own that they stuck her in there while she's having a fit. Her daughter's having a fit. So I told Dad, well, if her daughter's having such fit, tell her to take her home with her because you can't do it. Well, her daughter won't do that. So Dad's planning on bringing her home. Well, I get a call from Dad today, and Kim, you know about my dad. He has the PAD too. He didn't call nobody when he was trying to get out of the shower this morning and hit the floor and couldn't get up. And it took him hours to finally get where he got the towel to cover him enough, and he crawled to the front door to get the manager across the hall from him.
Oh
Oh, no.
gosh,
But
he
they
needs to
want to
have his
bring
phone in
my
there.
stepmom home.
He
How's
needs
my
to
dad
get a
gonna
life
take care of him?
alive.
Wow.
Oh,
So
no.
I'm trying to deal with that. And then my mom,
So Marie,
my
does
mom
she have
refuses to
PAD
see a
too?
doctor.
Has
Huh?
she been diagnosed? Has she been diagnosed with PAD as well?
No, me and my dad both think she has it, but they
Yeah.
haven't done any kind of testing like that on her. And
But
you know,
what
like
if-
Dawn Marie said, you know, with her age and everything else that's already wrong with her.
But what if that's something that could really help her if she does have poor circulation, that what if they could just go in with a wire and balloon and open things up
But
and
if
maybe
a
at
blood
least
sugar
her
of
be able to walk?
Well,
blood
according to
sugar
the
of
hospital, it's the
700.
muscles in her legs that is the issue, not the blood.
Right,
It's
but-
the
I don't
muscles.
even-
The muscles are gone.
I don't even think
But-
Kim, a doctor, would touch her with a blood sugar of 700. What kind of healing is she
They're
gonna
not
have?
going
be
to. I
very
don't think a
honest.
doctor would touch her with their
No,
sugars.
like,
They would
no,
have to
they-
get her
I got in
stabilized.
to ask them a
Yeah, that's
what
question
I would be
concerning
afraid.
you
Yeah,
about your
they-
sugar. They said,
They
Yeah,
go
no,
into
that's a
the
really good
legs.
point, Dawn.
It's, I can tell you
I
right
mean,
now,
you're-
I saw, if I could share with you one day the
Use
pictures
the thing that you put in
of
your
what
mouth.
diabetes being uncontrolled did to my husband at such a young age. It took his eyes, it took his leg. He was an amputee. It took his finger, skin, and tissue. One of his fingers was down to the bone like a skeleton.
He's type
He used,
1.
he
Oh,
used to
that's,
pick his
yeah,
teeth
Mimi,
like
what does
this.
Mimi weigh? Mimi's lucky if she weighs 60 pounds right now.
When I met him, he was close to 500 pounds. When that man died, he probably weighed 155.
Yeah, Mimi
It,
weighs
it,
about 60 pounds right now.
it ate every tissue in his body. It ate his organs in his body. He was on dialysis. It ate his muscles because,
See,
and that's what it does. It ate his, he couldn't even walk
hey,
because he
Kim,
had no muscles.
Kim,
Wow.
that's Maxwell, the one who took the year off school to take care of me after I got diagnosed.
Hi, Maxwell. Thanks for
He's the
taking
one
care
I
of
was
our
asking
friend
about
Marie.
he's the one I was asking about with the diabetes thing, but he just reminded me, I forgot, we can't use Mimi's. Mimi has that thing that you attach to her arm and you put the monitor to it.
Okay.
She don't have
Well, I
the
wonder
blood
if,
the finger thingy anymore.
well, Marie, I wonder if we could look on Amazon, maybe look on Amazon and see if there's one that I could get him so that he can,
Just something really
he
cheap.
could
I
do it.
mean,
Okay. Should I just send it to you? I'll just send it to you.
Walmart has some
yeah, he
cheap.
lives on the neck. He lives right behind me, basically.
Okay. Maxwell, we'll get you taken care of. We'll get you some help, okay?
Yep, because you have to
You took
definitely
care of our
monitor
good
it
friend
both
Marie.
ways.
So
Yeah,
we'll get you,
I
we'll get
can't go to
you.
the doctor, but at least you can.
Well, that's what I told her, why you can't go to a doctor. You don't have insurance, so.
Oh, and I just fucked my back up so bad today. An elderly lady fell right in front of
I
the
know.
register. I had to pick her up, and she was not a small woman. Like, I'm not being mean, but like, she was a big woman.
Tia said it happened before and
He just hurt his
Jeanette
back
was like,
too.
why
So he's
didn't you
telling
just
her he
leave
just
her
hurt his
there?
back.
Yeah,
Trying
that's
to
what
help
she
an
told me.
elderly lady that was,
I'm like, what do you
um,
expect me to do?
that fell at his work, and he helped her up so he threw out his back as well. So I know it's always one thing after another, and that's the way we started this, didn't we, Doug? You know, it just is one thing after another, you know. And how do you cope? How do you, you know, you just
said
think you get a handle on something, you just get that stability, and then you get hit again, and it's like, oh my God, I just gotten my faith back, and now this happened. How
And what
how
do
do you
hearing,
get
I'm
through these moments?
what do I
hearing the
call it?
coping skills, but also how do we're all these stories and the difference, the slight little difference or the big difference between them and trying to navigate from one to the next one to the next one, trying to navigate when you have this going on and then this starts going on and then this
Yeah.
goes on and then this goes on. Now, how do we navigate between saying, I just have a flat tire, but now my transmission's acting up and now the
Good
windshield wipers
analogy.
don't work
Yeah.
and now my right headlight's out. So how do we,
Yep.
it's trying to navigate all this insanity while we're still trying to have a life, isn't it? We still got to work,
Yep.
pay bills. We still got families, children, husbands, boyfriends, girlfriends, all that stuff. How do we navigate all this insanity at one time?
It's hard
Yep.
to do. It really is. It's, but you have to keep going. No, I mean, no matter what, you know, it doesn't matter what you've got going on in your life. You just can't stop because, you know, no matter what it
Sometimes you
is,
have no choice.
that's it,
No
Dawn. You
choice.
just got to keep pushing no matter what, no matter how bad it gets.
No
You
choice.
know, you
Because
get
I
those
feel like
days where you just
even,
want to say happen. And
I feel
you
like
just,
when you get a handle on it,
Yeah, Don.
it's like, all right, I got a handle on this. Whoop, something else gets you. All right, I
yeah,
got a handle
exactly.
on this. And that's how my life is. And I know a lot of us on here is the same way. It's like revolving door, another thing, another
How
thing,
many
another
how many
thing.
things do you juggle in a day at one time sometimes?
I couldn't even tell you because there's
Is that a
so
rhetorical
many.
question, Douglas?
I got up this morning. I fed my 6 dogs. I took care of my 6 new chickens. I took care of my turtle. I cleaned her cage. I washed the floor. I did laundry. I've been going all day long. That's what I mean. To count them all these things. that we have to just normally do on top of my brother's birthday that he committed suicide. His birthday's in 7 days, so that's coming up.
Oh,
This will
no.
be the first birthday without him. So it's like I'll
Oh,
have to get
that's gonna
through
be
that.
hard.
It's
Yeah.
hard with my mom because my mom is the one that's taking it the hardest, but she takes it on
Yeah.
me. I'm like the punching bag. So, like, yeah, so we've kind of
Does
been
mom
fighting
look
and
at you?
not even talking to her. Like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. She just like blew up. We were on our way to the movies and she just blew up in the back seat. And I had to take her home because it wasn't going to be enjoyable. So like things like that come up. I still like have to like rekindle it with her because we're going on vacation in a week and a half together. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's like you said, it's just, you have to just, sometimes I get in my car and I put the music on and I just sit outside by myself because music is like my therapy. Sometimes
I
I
love that.
just
What's your
cry
favorite
about it.
song? What is your go-to song? What is that one song that you can always turn to no matter how bad you feel that it just
I don't have one. I think it's whatever kind of mood I'm in. It goes by what kind of music I listen to because I
So
can
your
get
music
listen.
changes with your mood then.
Yep.
but does it change with your mood in a way that depending on your mood, it's actually what brings you out of it? Or is it the music that
The
at
music is
first
for me is
just
not the words.
brings
It's
you
not the
peace?
words. Like I could just
I'll
listen
tell you
to
a song lately that just hits on point is, I don't know
like
if
for me
anybody
it's not the
listens to
words.
Ozzy,
It's
but
not the
his
words.
song Changes. I'll tell you what, that song Changes by Ozzy, if you actually listen to the words, man, it nails it every time.
It's
But
not
mine's the
interesting. You
beat of
have
the
Dawn that
music.
says
It's
it's
the
just
beat
the
of the
music.
music.
It's just the
It's
and
the beat of
Marie
the
says for
music.
her it's the lyrics.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
whatever it's got me going. Like I'm bopping because like dancing was my thing. So now as an amputee, it kills me to not dance like that. So like I still enjoy music. I don't enjoy watching other people dance. It really
I was
kills
gonna
me.
say, if you like comedy, I could dance.
Well, we're gonna get Mike to teach us line dancing when
Yeah,
he's
Mike's not
finished.
here tonight.
And
He's
that's
our
the
friend
sad
from
part about
Canada.
it because I watch all these new dances, like the fan one, you know, and I could do all those if I had a
I
leg.
used to be able to do the Scottish, the jitterbug. I used to do the polka. I used to line dance. I used to do, two-step, and I used to do all kinds of dances. And I can't do
I
it
have
anymore. It's got
zero
bad.
rhythm.
I
Did
can't,
you,
I can't.
Yeah.
Beth? Did you say
I
the
could
word
dance
polka?
Spanish.
I
Did she
used
say
to
polka?
polka.
She
I
said,
used
"Oh,
to
I think I
polka.
heard her say
She
polka."
did. I
Hmm.
love it.
I used
I
to
love
do,
it, Beth.
I used to ballroom dance. I used to do all kinds of different dancing.
And
And
it's what's
when I
crazy is
got,
when I danced, did you ever know there was something wrong with your legs? Did they cramp? Like I used to come from the nightclub and the next day I wouldn't even be able to walk. And I'd be like, wow, I must have danced my ass off all night. I can't even walk. But now I come to think
Uh,
about it, I must have had peripheral artery disease.
and I used to clog,
What's that?
and
What's
clogging,
called? Yeah. Maybe I don't know that.
clogging
Is that old?
is, clogging is, so how do you explain clogging?
Now that's a good one.
that's a
It's
really
those
good
special
clogging.
shoes
You
that make
used to
that
clog?
noise.
Yeah, I used to clog. I used to do clogging.
Like the shoes in
Clogging is
Switzerland, something like that?
like kind of Irish.
Oh, okay.
Just turn
I
the
got
shoes
you.
over
I know
by
what
your
you
fingers
mean.
so that they're not in the way of the door. Honey.
I used to do all kinds of different dancing, and I can't do it no more. And I love to dance. And even when my arteries are all cleaned out and everything, I still can't do it.
No, I'm not. And
Because
she,
I
no,
can't.
I'm not.
But
I
that's
asked my sister.
so
You know they can hear you.
what we're hearing. What we're hearing is
And
like
right now, my legs
with
and feet are so swollen, it even hurts to walk. And my arteries, I had that ABI done, the ABI and the Doppler, and everything's excellent. So I'm thinking what I'm dealing with now is my neuropathy, and I'm having all kinds of problems. So and with my walking and stuff. So
I
I'm,
stopped taking gabapentin because Brandon told me, oh, that's how you get dementia. So I stopped taking it.
Yep.
I was in so much agonizing pain for over a week, could not figure out why it had just bam like that. It was because I stopped that gabapentin. As soon as I took it again, it cut down on my neuropathy.
but it's also,
And
they're also saying gabapentin's causing brain fog, the dementia. They're saying gabapentin's causing a lot of problems. So you
so
don't
one of
just,
the
you're
things
not
that we
supposed
talked
to just
about,
quit it, you're supposed to gradually go off of it.
and it's tough to go off, but one of the things that we were talking about with nurse practitioner Deidre today is something called Metanix, METANX, and it is a prescription B vitamin, and it's being prescribed by podiatrists and some of the other doctors for neuropathy. And for my dad's neuropathy, it was incredibly effective. The problem with Metanix is most insurance doesn't cover it, and it can be upwards of $200 a month. And so in order to get it for just even a little bit less, you have to go through brand Direct Health, I think it is, out of Tampa, Florida. If anyone's interested, you can message me, but it has to be something that you need to discuss with your doctor. But it's a B vitamin. It's just a prescription methylated B vitamin. And I looked it up. There is clinical evidence for it, and it does help for at least those people in the trial, as well as my dad,
Is
for
that the same
neuropathy.
as B12? Because I get B12 shots at my doctor's every month.
That should, I mean, I would think that would help. You might want to look into it. And I know there's some other types of B that are in these, in this Metanix, but it's worth having that discussion with them.
Yeah,
Now,
my
see, I
gabapentin
just
costs almost 500 a month, so I don't see why they wouldn't want to pay less.
see now, right? Is this true? I was reading the other day. Can the vitamin B that can affect your warfarin?
Oh, can it?
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
I
interesting.
just read
I'm going to
that
look that up.
somewhere. I
I
really think
Does
know,
I read that,
vitamin,
and
I know if
I
you
was
take,
gonna ask
if you're on
because
morphine and you take turmeric, I know
yeah, you
that
don't
would
want to do.
affect it.
oh,
Yeah.
you can't take turmeric, you can't what's it, the other one, cumin, you
I
can't take
didn't
any of
know
that.
that.
You can't go on a
My
green, you can't go
INR
on a
wouldn't
green
get over
diet.
1.
Wow.
You can't
The
take,
highest my INR ever got was like 1.3. And my stepson is a RN. And he goes, all right, Ma, tell me every medicine you're on, over the counter and prescribed. And I was going through telling him all. And as soon as I hit turmeric, he's like,
wait a minute, it
no.
might not
He
be
said,
B,
quit
it's
right now.
biotin. It's
The next
biotin,
day
I
I
think.
was in the ER with an
Biotin.
INR of like 12.7 or something. Oh yeah, it was off the chain. It was bad.
So
I'm
yeah,
on
the
warfarin, and
B12
I'll
does
be
not
on that
affect
forever. I'll
the
never change it.
effectiveness.
Because last week my INR was 4.4. Okay. So they put me on my regimen. This week it dropped to 1.4. And I didn't change any of my diet. So that's why I can never come off warfarin. Because if I ever went on, what is it, Zeltro or whatever
Yeah.
those other blood clot medicines, they can't monitor it. Like I take my blood every Wednesday, I take my machine out and I just prick it like a diabetic and I put it into the machine and it tells me what my INR is and I report it. But you just see how I fluctuate and I didn't eat anything I wasn't supposed to. It goes on how my metabolism works. If I go to the gym, it gets even worse because I'm sweating, I'm losing volume, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'll never, ever, ever come off warfarin.
Best thing they ever had me on, and I mean it worked, and I don't deny for a heartbeat it worked. It kept me out of the ORs, everything, but I can't do it for life. Is Lovenox.
Mm. Oh,
It's
those
a
hurt
shot
so
in your
bad after
stomach
so
twice a
long.
day.
Oh,
My
yes.
stomach was black and blue, and I was only on it for like 7 months.
I had to get it for my colonoscopy, and my stomach was literally this color right here. I couldn't lay on my stomach in the bed. You couldn't touch it. You couldn't brush your hand on it. It hurts so bad.
Yep, that's why they
So
said it
bad.
wasn't something doable for me to do for life.
Yeah, because they wanted to change me. And I said to the guy, why would you? Look at these INR results on Cooley. It works. I usually am in range, but look at 1 week I can not drink enough water and it fluctuates so bad. How are you going to know if you put me on any of those medicines because there's no continuous monitoring on those.
Right.
Like I have every week. Or if I feel like something's wrong,
I
like
don't
say
think
I
they even
fall.
monitor you on the other ones because I'm on Eloquist and they don't monitor me
No.
on.
Not
Kim, did
really.
you
I think
find out
maybe
that
you'll get a
When I
Steve
blood
had
was,
test
something to do
every
with her
but I
organ?
had to be monitored.
Just from what I was seeing, that is that a general B12 doesn't, but it does say the biotin, which is vitamin
biotin. I knew it
B7.
was something with a B.
But it says, well, it does not directly affect it. It is important to note that vitamin K, which is found
Yeah.
in vitamin and biotin containing supplements, typically can actually interfere. So you need to make sure if
Which I take
it
both.
is, what's in the supplements that you're taking, and have that conversation, not only with your doctor, but we always suggest have the conversation with your pharmacist, because your pharmacist seems to know more about the interactions. And I know that I've had a couple calls from the pharmacist going, do you realize, like, did your doctor actually look at your chart to see that you're taking these supplements, because now you put the supplements in? And I was like, no. And he's like, you might want to give a call to the doctor and let them know, because you can't be taking that medication with those supplements. So
Well,
I
that's why I
always
like
say
my new
double check.
primary. My new primary makes any prescriptions I'm on, like the ones that I get from vascular and everything. They tell him what he wants, but he writes all my scripts, so that way he knows if something's going to counteract.
I love that you have this new doctor. Do you remember a time when our friend Kay ended up discovering that you were on 4 or 5 different statins all at once?
Yep.
That
I was on
they
4
never told
different
you to
statins.
stop. They just kept prescribing you with a different
Oh,
one and didn't tell you to
what
stop
in
the old
the
ones.
world?
Yep. I
No
was on
joke.
4 of
I
them.
got a question. Did we have a little episode on what might be a good statin to use? Because I'm on what is it called? Oh, Lipitor, right? But for years I've been taking it, which it's kept everything not good. But I stopped taking it, and then I started taking it again, and my muscles are hurting. So I think that's why every day I'm waking up before stiff, and I couldn't move my hands, and I ached so much because when I don't take the Lipitor, I'm fine the next morning.
Have you
So
had your
I
CoQ10 levels checked? Because I was hearing that might, because
no,
it can
I'm
be
asking
affected by
because
statins.
I go to the doctors at the end of the month at
Okay.
actually October 3rd. So I wanted to ask them, like, if what else can I take other than the Lipitor? My father had to go on some kind of shot with an R. I don't
Well,
know.
Repatha.
because of my age, they give me rovastatin plus 40 milligrams calcium in it.
But
I'm
for
on
Okay to have them check
Dawn, you
my
might want to
Q
double check, because
what is it,
a lot more
Q10?
doctors, for people that are taking that do have LP little a, I've been told that they have found some effectiveness with Repatha. In fact, it was actually Thomas's, who's here in the live studio audience. It was his doctor, who's world renowned, who, because I asked, I said, well, what if Thomas has, LP little a? Would that impact how you would be treating him or what you would be giving him? Because there's this new technology called liposorber that is almost like a dialysis machine, and except it's not giving you blood, it's actually just taking your blood and cleaning it out.
Right,
And it can,
cleaning it out, yeah.
right. And so he said, why do I need that when I have Repatha? I have had great success with Repatha. So that's worth having a discussion with your doctor about that particular one. And the reason also being that we have not had any complaints in our network of people having issue with the side effects they experience with some of the others.
Can I say something?
Sure. Hi, Thomas.
Hi. I just wanted to say, although I'm on Repatha, I'm still on all my other cholesterol lowering medicines. I can't come off them. I'm on Crestor 40 mg, and I'm also on Zetia 10 mg twice a day, as well as the Repatha. And I asked him at my
it's
last appointment,
adjunctive.
am I doing right? And he said, yeah. He said, don't stop them. Take them all.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'm not
What
supposed to
was the
stop
other
the
one you were
Lipitor.
on?
Crestor, I tore
Crestor
it.
and what?
Crestor.
Yeah, rostervastatin. I'm on a maximum dose of that. one of the other ones they had me on, like 2 years ago, it gave me complete stomach cramp. So they had to take me off that, and it never worked anyway. So they put me on to Crestor 40 mg again. It's the 10 mg twice a day. And now I'm also on Repatha. And the Repatha, I've got a fear of needles. But see, with the Repatha, you don't even feel it. You put it on your leg, and I was closing my eyes and pushing it, and I'm like, oh no. And all of a sudden it turned yellow, but it's meant to have gone in, and then leave it for 5 seconds. I didn't even feel it. No blood, no nothing.
Oh, that's good.
That's how my Ozempic needle is. You don't feel it going.
Yeah. So
Isn't it crazy how what we were saying a minute ago, trying to stabilize and trying to navigate all the differences and all the little nuances that we all share and that we all have different with each other, and the insanity of and like what she's talking about, to finding those coping skills each day that we can live and keep going. And like Beth says, to stay strong and keep pushing, finding those different coping skills and how we deal with where we are today with all the different stuff.
Yeah,
You know?
but it's nice to hear that everyone has, different experiences, and hearing how you're, what are the things that you're contending with. And it also helps everyone else to hear, the different experiences, what one's being prescribed versus another, and the reasons why, and just learning from each other, having the discussion, making sure that you don't act on any of the information provided here. It's purely to offer an opportunity to give you some information that you can have a more productive conversation with your own doctor so that's really important. But it's good to hear each other's experiences, and we all learn from each other's experiences, and we can all empathize.
We're all
I know
educating each other.
Thomas has been rocking it at the gym.
I have,
He had,
but I think really being honest, it's the only thing that keeps me going. It really don't help my leg. My legs they're worse, both legs, worse than they've ever been. But I still managed to push along, not mine. But I think if I didn't go to the gym each day, who knows?
it's interesting. We had Dr. Lily Johnston on Monday, and she was talking about how she has found with her patients, she's a vascular surgeon, that they report that resistance training, she wished that there was a clinical study on it, and she wished that someone would partner with her to, it is all resistance.
It's where you train affecting one particular area of your body in a certain way, which means your body can't skip it, regardless of what it wants to do. You keep training on that arm, leg, whatever, it's making it work harder.
So are you pumping heavy weights, or are you doing more strategic instead of doing 10, 100 pounds, you're doing 20, 50 pounds?
No. 50 pounds don't do nothing for me. When I started back at the gym, when I left the gym, I was on the machines. I was pulling, lifting, pushing, like anywhere from 180 to 300 pounds. So when I went back, I thought, let me see what I can do. I couldn't do that weight. So I started off at 80 pounds, but I had to work myself out. Now I'm up to like 150, 160 in every machine. That's biceps, legs, everything, The problem is, what I've noticed, when I'm on my feet and I'm pulling the ropes down, like maybe around 120, 130 pounds you put down at your chest, that's when my legs buckle. And I can't start, I have to sit down. It don't matter if I sit down, walk, whatever, I just can't, the pain is horrendous. So I try doing just the sit down exercises, and it does the same on that too. Now, I don't know if I'm getting, the pressure's good up in my top half of my body, and it's trying to push through the blockages. but it's horrendous pain. I'm telling you, the exact same thing that happened before when I walked my backyard on my left leg 2 weeks after I had the procedures is exactly what's happened to my right leg, but I wasn't walking on my backyard. I was walking through my house to the kitchen. It's crazy.
We got to remember when we work out, there's two ways to do it. One, with heavy weights, shorter diversity, and one with lighter weights for a longer diversity. It just depends on what you
Endurance.
want to do and what you want
Right.
to develop.
Right. You see, but I'm not lifting the free weights or the dead weights.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
But
I'm worried.
imagine, and you just deserve, and each one of you, because I know each one of you is working so hard, and it can become. I was talking to someone today who's also said it. At a certain point with PAD, in certain cases, it can be a full-time job to exercise, and it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of grit. To be able to push through that crazy pain. But Thomas, the alternative, right? Yes, it really hurts, and some days are worse than others.
Mhm.
But imagine if you weren't fighting every single day, where would you be?
Exactly. Exactly. You know,
And
it
it's the
just
same
seems
thing. It's the same thing with, Beth and Dawn, you talked earlier about all the things that you have going on during the day, and even Douglas with your tiny home. If you weren't keeping busy and moving with so much responsibility and just doing it, compartmentalizing that pain and just getting her done, where would you be?
I hate to
You,
say.
yeah,
Honestly, I'm sure the gym is the only thing that's keeping me going. I'm not going to say no, but I know it's the only thing keeping me going. You
yeah,
know, it's
You're
keeping my
asking
heart
if I
good. You know, yeah, I still get really bad angina. At times it's worse than others, but I just stop doing what I'm doing. I sit down for like maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Drink some cold water or drink some Gatorade or something like that. But I, I I can't answer that question without lying because I won't tell the truth to it. It's it's
yeah.
it's a hard question to answer. It's a hard one for me to even think about. You know,
And
it really is.
it's not to make you think, it's just to show
Yeah,
that you guys are fighting for it, that
you
So
you're not giving up.
did you ask where we would be if we didn't have all the commitments that we have? Is that what you
Yeah.
Yeah.
asked?
I mean, you fight
Oh,
for it every day, Dawn.
I wouldn't be here talking to you, I can tell you that, because that was my mindset when I had my amputation. I wanted to die.
So let me add a little bit to that question too. Have you noticed? I've noticed. I've had better days than other days. I've had days where I'm 100% engaged and I got this. I got this. Just get her done. Just get her done. And then there are days where maybe I'm 60% get her done, but I'm gonna take a little break here, take more break there. And then there are some days it's like, well, I don't know if I'm gonna make it today. So, and I think that's just part of being a human being sometimes is we have good days and bad days. And we have those days where I'm going to walk 100,000 steps and those days where I, the mail can wait till tomorrow. I'll get the mail out of the mailbox tomorrow, you know?
yeah.
Yep.
And I think
Dawn,
that
I
goes
want
back
to
to,
acknowledge what you'd said, because I think that that was not said lightly, in terms of, we were there together on that amputation, and that was the hardest thing in the entire world. And every day, yeah,
I sat there on
I
my
mean, honest to
birthday.
God, you fight for it.
Yeah, I was there on my birthday alone, no leg. New Year's alone, no leg. Christmas alone, no leg. COVID, no visitors. It was crazy. All I wanted to do was think about how I could kill myself and die. That's the honest truth. But being in that mindset was making me sick. I got a cold while I was in the hospital. Like I could feel myself getting worse, and I wanted to get out of there. So I knew I had to get myself into a different mindset. And then, I mean, I did talk to my children, but it's not being the same, being their mother all the time and being the one that, yeah, the dad's here, but mom makes all the decisions. Mom does everything. Mom takes them to the doctors. Mom does this. And I had to put all that aside and let my daughter-in-law, who at the time was like 22, become the mom. And I had to like let them figure it out from so far away because I was living in Virginia, having my leg taken off in Boston. I mean, it was hard, but I did. I wanted to die because I thought, honest to God, I thought like nobody was gonna love me. Like, is my boyfriend still gonna love me, or am I gonna be a burden? Because now you have to help me figure out life with no leg. So there's a lot that goes on in your mind, so I can understand how people get stuck in the rut of not
Yeah.
wanting to live, but you have to get out of it. You just have to, because if you don't, you're not going to be here. It's going to consume you, and it's going to get you. It really is. I mean, sometimes I'll be like, now I'm like, oh, I wish I wasn't, fucking here. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't I just go that day? Because I'm very frustrated. There's a lot going on. I'm stuck in one of those, like Doug said, like I have 1,000 things to do and I don't want to execute not one thing today. I want to sit in my bed and just sit here. Like, cause that's what kind of mood I'm in. It's too much work to get in the car. It's too much work to get out of the car. It's too much work to get my wheelchair out the car because I don't have it easy. I have to hop to the trunk to get it out. I got to hop back from the trunk to get it out, to put it back in, to get back in the car. I mean, it's a lot of work, and some days I don't want to do it. But some days I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. Like today was one of those. I had no choice. I had to do the things I had to do
Yep.
because I'm a parent. I'm a dog owner. I got my chickens because I love to have free eggs. I mean, like I have all this stuff. I have the kids' turtle that they wanted, and nobody wants to take care of it anymore. So I'm not gonna let it die. So I take care of it. So there's all these responsibilities that some days I don't want to do, but I
Yeah.
have to. You just have to. It's a part of life. Like you either
And
can
it's how you
not do
keep
it and
going.
have no life, or how do
Yep.
I keep going? I just keep going. Just you have to. Like you just do. It might take me a minute. I might sit here like 20 more extra minutes, and then I have to say like, all right, you really got to get up. But if you saw my house, you could see that most of the time lately I just sit down because I think I'm getting a little depressed, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's
But
because the
you're allowed to
sun's
have
going
ebbs and
away.
flows.
Yeah, but
You know,
it's getting to the point like when I get upset, I buy things. So, and my favorite place is Goodwill. And I'm going to tell you all my trash because here it comes.
I
So,
love
my
you.
favorite place is Goodwill. And I will tell you, I have enough clothes to not wear the same outfit for about 4 years. Because Goodwill, what are they? $2, $3, $4, $5? Hey, so buy it. Oh, it's on clearance. Let's buy it. It's $2. Girl, you
Mhm.
don't need it, but that's what I do. Like I could come home with bags with $20, and you'll be like, "How'd you buy all that?" Clearance. I
Don,
mean,
do
that's,
those those yellow tags at Goodwill get you?
oh, they're different colors every week.
Ours is
Goodwill
yellow.
changes the
So yeah.
tag. Well, they change the tag. Like purple will be like whatever 50% off or something like that. Those are even better deals because now you're getting like two for the price of one. But it's gotten to the point now I have so much stuff. Like I pay for a storage bin for what? I probably don't need none of that stuff there. But it's gotten to the point now that it's not a hoarder because my house doesn't have trash. But there's so much stuff here that if it ever burnt, it's going to go up in flames fast because there's a lot of clothes. Like I have so many kids' clothes that I don't want to just give to Goodwill because I'd like to have a yard sale. And even if I sold it for $1, I'd make some money back because I'm constantly getting wheelchairs. So like I have to buy at least a new wheelchair every 8 months, maybe, because they just wear out because I don't stop. So So, I'd like to have a yard sale, but who's helping me? Boyfriend works 2 jobs to help with the bills.
Yeah.
My son's trying to struggle with a car payment that he got that's way over his head. Should have never did it, but he's got to learn, right? You got to let them learn. So it's like there's so much going on here that I think now, like, the stuff is consuming me. It's making me depressed. But for some reason, my mental state sees it as money. And I'm like, I can't throw it away because I could sell it and make some money back from it because I did buy it all. But then, like, my mental sickness says inside of me, wait, all right, you're going to hold on to it. Just hold on to it because you will have this yard sale one day. You're going to have this yard sale. But it's yet to happen. It's going on like 2 years now. When's the yard sale happening? Because who's
It'd
lugging
be
it all
interesting
outside?
if you should be on one of those, aren't those websites, those apps that you can actually take a quick picture of things and put them up and have outfits created
There
and
is so much stuff here. Where do I begin? That's the problem here. My daughter has shoes she never wore. Because, like I said, if it's on clearance, I'm buying it. Like, it's a sickness. It really is a sickness. It really is. My mother's the same
I
way.
think
She
that you've
gets,
also found, I mean, you don't have the dancing that you can do anymore. So you found something that, an outlet that you enjoy. Were you always,
I've always
um,
had clothes and shoes, but I wore them. But now I don't wear everything as much because sitting down in the wheelchair, like certain dresses I have, might stick to the back of my leg and now my butt showing as I'm getting up to get into the car. Or hopping, I gotta sling my stump leg into the trunk to get my wheelchair out. So I gotta watch the dresses I used to wear to look cute. I have a million pairs of shoes I can't wear anymore. But mentally, I'm like, oh, one day I'll walk again and I can wear these. I don't even wear
yeah.
my legs. So who's walking? Like, I don't, it's something up here. I don't know, like, but I just feel like depression's kind of kicking in a little bit because I could care less if there's dishes in the sink. It's just getting to be like that. So I don't know. Maybe it's the
But I
winter
think,
coming.
oh, it could
I
be.
don't know.
But the positive is you're showing up here. We're here for you. And that my phone's always open all the time. And you and we have good venting sessions. They go back and forth, don't they?
Yeah,
We
they do.
share a lot. And I
Hmm.
enjoy I think that we would literally I think we're gonna be little old ladies at 90 plus years old sitting on a rocking chair
Hmm.
together, and no one's gonna be able to bust into our conversation because
I like your thoughts of me ever making it to 90, but I don't think so, honey. Not
well,
with the
I think you
disease
have
I
the
have.
fight in you.
I have
I
the
think you have
fight.
the fight.
I have the fight, but I don't think my body's going to allow me to make it to 90 because I
Well,
have
maybe
the
we'll be in our
lipoprotein
80s.
little a is he said like the damage to my body is if I was like a 90-year-old smoker. Like it's crazy. Like it's right now it's just stable. That's where we're at. We're stable. Because I'm trying. The only the honest truth, the only thing I do is I do smoke weed, and my whole entire physician team knows it. They all know it. Every single doctor, I tell the truth. I'm not gonna lie. That is my crutch, and that's the only thing I do, other than maybe eat McDonald's or something like that. But other than that, I take my medicine faithfully. I do not eat anything that's going to mess with my medicine. I make sure I go to my doctor's appointments. I make sure I get my water intake because that's been a big thing with my keeping myself stable and
Yep.
keeping my medicine working. If I don't drink enough water, my medicine's not working. It's staying, they said I'm not absorbing it or something. It's staying in my belly too long, so it's not having its effectiveness or something. So, I mean, I don't care what anybody says or think, I mean, what anybody's opinion is of me anymore. And I think that's helped me a lot too. With losing my leg, I used to when I first lost it too, like I used to think, oh, what are people going to think about me? Because people do to this day, they stare like they've never seen an amputee in their life.
Yeah.
Or they'll stare and then they'll put a face like they feel pity. Like, please don't feel pity. I feel pity for you because you're looking at me like that. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? And then some of them look at you, not to be mean, from other countries, like they've never seen an amputee before in their country. You have them everywhere in this world. So I know you've seen somebody with no leg. The only ones I don't look at them funny back is little kids, because they're curious and they want to know, and I'll fill them in on all their details. You want to know how I lost it? I had a disease. It took my leg, you know, and I'll explain it to them.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have a choice of not keeping keep going. Like there's no other choice for me other than to end my life. And I know I thought about that before, but then now I take my brother losing, you know, taking his own life, and I miss him every day. And I sit there and I'd be like, damn, like he was in that much pain to like want to not live. Like I was there too at one point, but now I see like what it would be without me being here, because I see what it is. Like I know it's the same when someone dies, but he like literally killed himself on purpose, like made sure he was going to do it so he would never be here again. And like there was no chance of survival the way he did it. And to know, like not see him not here, and everything is still going on, and I see it, like how hurt my mother is, how hurt everybody else is around me.
Yeah.
But me and him were in a different kind of pain. And the pain he was in was one that I don't think I could ever understand. You see, to ever feel what he felt. But like I thank God to this day I never did it. You know what I mean? Because it
Yep.
isn't, life
I'm
isn't
very
that
thankful
bad with
too.
no leg. Yeah, it's not that bad with no leg. It kind of sucks when I can't dance, you know, or I couldn't go to this place because they didn't allow um wheeled like chairs or rollers, because the incline of the hills to get to this place, it's in I think it was like Tennessee or Alabama. They call it like a little Italy. Like some guy built like an Italian village down like in a mountainside or something. You can go down to see it, and it's beautiful. I wanted to go, but you can't go in a wheelchair. You physically have to walk. So like things
Oh,
like
wow.
that's where I get frustrated. But oh well, I guess I'll look at the pretty pictures.
We need to start a new TikTok upper body dancing trend and pick the music and do variations, you know, for all the new dancing trends. See, Douglas has got it going on.
No, I'm trying.
Exactly.
Let me tell you the one I'm trying. So there's this little
Okay.
girl. She had
Okay.
no legs. All she had was knees. She got up on her knees upside down and was dancing in the wheelchair. I said to my family, "That's gonna be with me." They go, "The chair's gonna fall over."
Oh,
And
that's
I told
impressive.
them, That's gonna be the new dance. I can't even pop a wheelie in this thing. I'm terrified.
Oh, no.
I almost tipped backwards one day, and I was, yeah, that was scary. Like Imelda said
You,
earlier, her body was shaking. My body did that too. It like shaked for like a good 20 minutes after the chair tipped backwards, because I
Oh,
thought it was gonna fall and split
No.
my head open.
Oh my God.
Because you can't
all
really
right.
catch yourself. You're going backwards, so it's not like I could get out of the chair.
that's scary. Oh my gosh. So
Hmm.
I think this is a good call to action for everybody, you know, that ends up watching. We need to adapt. We need to start looking at all the different dance trends that are out there. And I think because I have good rhythm up top, but I have no rhythm on my legs anyway. So I would love to work with you and let's do some upper body, you know, modifications or adaptations to some of these fun dance trends out there. And I know at some point you were talking about it, Dawn. You were talking about, you know, creating a channel with some education and things like that. But I think that you could do amazing and become an influencer and set the trend with
If my
a
house
different
was
type of
clean,
dancing.
if my house was, you know,
I know.
acceptable for the eyes. Who wants to see clothes climbing up the wall? Now they're not dirty.
Didn't
They're
you
clean
say your
clothes.
house
I just
needs to
have
be cleaned first? You don't have a white wall? Dawn, really?
What
I
about the
already
door behind you? What about that sliding door behind you?
That's my bed. I'm in my bed. It's bedtime.
Oh, I
It's
love that.
8:30. Dawn's already in her bed. Like I'm like an old lady. It's like it starts to get dark and I crawl in my room. And that's the problem. Some days I don't, the kids go to school and I'll come crawling back to my bed and I'll just sit here and I don't do nothing other than take care of the things that are alive because I know they need me. But then it's like when it comes to other things, I'm like, nobody's going to die. It can wait. And
Yeah.
that's becoming a problem now. And
Yeah.
I don't even go to the gym anymore. I haven't been. Well, that was because I got sick. So they told me I couldn't go for a week. And then I just haven't been back. Like I have to get back to the gym. Like Thomas says he could push himself through at the gym. It's hurting, but he keeps on going. The second I got pain, I'm out of there. See you later. Dawn gave up. Dawn gave up. And that's just like, to me, the gym has never in my life been fun. Ever since I went to the gym years back, I was always hurting afterwards and always needing to go to bed because I felt like I was always overworked. So now I wonder, did I have PAD way back then too? Because I used to die at the gym. It was not, I didn't come out with energy. I really needed to go take a nap after the gym. So I don't like, yeah, I never fully enjoyed it. Even to this day, I'll do it because I know I need to keep my arms going because I don't want any more blockage. Like I know I have to keep my body, moving. And that's why I do it, but it's not enjoyable. Not at all. It's like torture for me to have to go to the gym. I try
But
to
Yeah.
fake you out, and I'm like, oh, day one at the gym, I did this, and I'm feeling great. No, I'm really not. I'm really not. I'm like, screw this gym. I really don't care. But I don't know. Like, I think I'm declining a little bit. A little
well,
bit.
allow yourself to be where you are, and maybe we get on the phone tomorrow and we can just chit chat about maybe just some things that, you know,
When are
we
you
can work on
coming?
together.
Coming to North Carolina?
Oh. So,
Oh no, it was Virginia. When are you coming?
oh, so yeah, would love to see you.
Oh,
We are
I'm
going to be
coming.
there. Yeah, we're going to be there, and
Was it
maybe
October?
it'll be October. I think it'll
Okay.
be the 22nd. We're just going to be there for the evening.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fine. We did that before. Remember?
yeah, so it'll
Yeah.
be just Danville, Virginia, and
No, and I have
I think
nothing
we'll
that
be
day.
there. Yeah, or we could be there even by late lunch or something.
Yeah, that's closer than you said, North Carolina. So yeah, I'll come and see you.
So yeah, it's Danville. So Danville, Virginia. So you don't have to go to. So we are going to have an in person over in North Carolina, in Raleigh, North Carolina, either on I think on the 21st, we may do it. Just have a lunch and seminar where people can learn about arterial embolization options if you do have arthritis in your knees and your hands and your shoulder. That there might be an option for you. I know for a lot of people, when it comes to PAD, you struggle with walking because you may also have some knee arthritis and you're not a surgical candidate. And so the artery embolization, we're going to learn more about that when I go there. My dad's actually having hand embolization done because he just can't use his hands because of arthritis, and it's a brand new procedure. And so they said there's not much risk in it, so he's going to give it a try. But it's going to bring me there and bring us over to Danville, Virginia, which is going to be nostalgic because my mom and my dad first lived there together. So
Oh,
my dad
that's
wants to
very
show me his
sweet.
old stomping grounds. And I would love to see you. So um, hopefully that'll be a motivator to get you back to the gym and get you going and keep you going because you know
Hope
how
so.
much I absolutely loved seeing you. So we had a great dinner. We had a
I
lot of
like
fun.
seeing Dad too. I
And
like
dad,
seeing
no, you like
Dad.
seeing the doggies.
Oh, I like you and Dad better. I got enough doggies.
You know,
Your
you know, say
doggies don't
something.
even bother. They just sit there and they sit there like they're supposed to do. Mine don't
Yes.
do that. They interact. They lick you. You have to tell them sit down. Oh, your doggies are good. Kind of
Yeah.
fresh. As
Well,
I don't
guys,
want them in my bed, and that's where they are.
I like my doggies on my bed, but they're also a lot smaller.
No, yeah, no, I have
It's
one
funny
of
on
every size.
in the hotels they like sleeping on the bed, but I sleep on just a twin bed. Um, at my age, but I do. But yeah, so they don't sleep on the bed. Then they like to get off because I kick them.
I was gonna say, there's no room for them. You took it all
There's
up.
no room. Nope. Anyway, I love you guys, and I do hope, John, thank you for sharing, and I hope let's get on the phone tomorrow and let's also figure that out. And I can't wait to see you in another month.
Me too.
And
Yes.
I may be going to Rogers, Arkansas, as well next month. So I don't know how far some of you are. I know Marina, we're going to see you possibly in Raleigh.
Yes, I'd
So
love
I'm going to
to.
get to see you there. Melda, I'm going to see you possibly in November, even if I have to get you an Uber to go to Cape Ray and Carlsbad to come see me and treat you to lunch. And Thomas, I'll be back in New Orleans next year. So let's get you on your feet and going so we can get you.
Regardless if I can't take many steps, I'll still manage to make some steps, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Hey,
you get
Thomas,
yourself
I'll
a
show up
wheelchair
and
for the day.
I'll
You
show up
go
and push you
yourself.
I'll show up, Thomas, and push you wherever you want to go. Because I'll drive to New Orleans. I'll pick you up on the way. You and I'll just
Yeah.
go.
I was just going to say, Douglas and Stella, the beautiful girl there, can actually drive over from Texas on into Louisiana and come on over and meet us over in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And Beth, one of our Chicago times, we're going to have to get you to drive on up,
I don't
or
have a
get a
car, so
train.
that ain't happening.
We probably need to get you on a train on up there to
But
Chicago the
eventually,
next time in
but
Midtown.
eventually I'm moving an hour further south, so I'm going to be farther away.
I hope you're moving to a place that they have a good PAD doctor.
No, I'm moving further south. But I'm keeping
am
the
I gonna do
doctors.
with
I'm keeping all of my doctors that I have. So I'm still
Okay.
keeping good doctors.
What is the
good.
name of that city you're moving to?
Flora, Flora.
That's a lot better than Effingham.
Yeah,
You agree,
That's awesome.
Thomas?
I sure do.
Yeah.
I had to go Google and research that address. I thought it was a fake address. And I looked up
Effingham?
That's really
Effingham and
fun.
I'm like, okay.
I think we all sometimes feel like we're in Effingham, don't we, Dawn?
Yep.
And Marina's even nodding.
It used to be like Burlington, Illinois. It was the town that is what it used to be called years and years and years ago. And then something happened, and then they changed it to Effingham.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy.
Well, we're gonna miss Effingham, but we can all still. That'll be our key word that we're feeling like we're in Effingham today. Once you move to Flora.
Good restaurants with
Yep.
some
Yeah.
excellent food, though. Oh, some of the restaurants, the food's amazing.
Well, that's good. You'll have to take some pictures of some of that artery friendly food and diabetic friendly food. Well, I love you guys. It was so much fun hanging out. I
guess
appreciate
we
you
won't be getting
all.
a picture now, will we?
Nope.
I don't get out much for food.
Nope.
Not having a vehicle sucks.
Yeah, it sure does. Because even if you want delivery, you still have to pay for it through the apps.
Why didn't you tell me those
What a great
Yeah.
show. What a great experience. I love listening to people share and open
you
and
do.
honest, and
Yeah.
how we all play a role in each other's lives today through what we go through.
Yeah, I
We
appreciate you
got
guys
you.
showing up and helping
See
us
what
to
I go
educate
through? Look at this.
others.
Do you see this? Do you
What
see
is
this?
that?
Move back so they can see this baloney I deal with. My child coming in here with the Nerf gun. Gonna shoot.
Oh
me.
gosh.
Can you stand it? Can you stand
And he
it?
knows you can't get out of the way. That's just mean. You tell him, I tell him it's just
not
mean.
loaded. Kim said
No.
that's mean. He said, oh, well, it wasn't loaded because we
Tell
tried.
him just for that he has to drive you down to Danville so I can smack him for you.
Oh, you see, you could see his nice vehicle that my mother helped him get.
Yes.
She helped him get, and now I don't get rent money. Yeah.
See, I
wanted to
don't
show
have any of that to deal with. My
Mm,
daughter's 37, almost 38, and she lives
No,
down in New
he's-
Orleans.
oh, he's 26.
Yeah, my
26.
daughter lives down in New Orleans. She's down by her, well, with her thing she lives with.
And the other ones are 14 and 10.
Thing.
Her thing.
You guys are hilarious. I love you
Yeah, with her
guys. If
thing that
anyone's
she lives
listening,
with.
always go ahead and call our Leg Saver hotline at 1-833-PAD legs. And I noticed that I just did not, I have our Global PAD Impact Awards that are up here. And just FYI, we have a world-renowned podiatric surgeon that's going to be on tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific. And he's one of the most, has the most contagious energy, and we're honoring him tomorrow. So if you want to join, just ping me and I will send you the link to join. It's also on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/the @ the way to my heart. You can get the live link there, but it should be really fun. But again, call our hotline for any reason, even if you just want to chat. It's a lot to go through with PAD, but we are here for you. But have a great weekend, and thank you for everyone for joining
Thank
us.
y'all. Thank y'all.
Fun.
Thank y'all.
Look
Thank
me up.
you.
I'm under Elizabeth Wilson.
What just